I was standing in front of glass, entryways that reflected my own calm face back at me. The large lights inside glimmered, casting rivers of gold over the marble lobby in San Diego, California, and yet the only thing between me and the empire I built was my sister's hand, pressed firmly against the entrance. Her lips curved into a mean smile. "You can't enter here," she said, giggling, her voice echoing like glass, breaking in my ears. My mother Susan leaned in near her, whispering as if her words carried the burden of pride. "Don't humiliate us, just walk away softly. We don't belong in locations like this." I gazed at them, my own kin, my own family, obstructing me from stepping inside. The very palace I had carved out of wakeful nights, unwavering purpose, and a silence they mistook for frailness. They had no idea. Owned the whole property. Every large light, every marble tile, every glass of fizz served behind those golden doors. And at that moment my security head, a tall man with eyes sharp as steel, began proceeding toward us. But before the present unravels, I should tell you how we reached here. I wasn't always the hidden person. In fact, I was the hope of the family, the quiet youth who listened more than I spoke, who dreamed more loudly than anyone dared. My sister, called Rebecca, glamorous, unrestrained, was the sun in every room. People drew toward her even when she hurt them. My mother, blind with hubris, never ceased praising her, never noticed the debris left behind. I was the shadow they disregarded, the one they dismissed with the motion of a hand. "She's pragmatic," my mother would say, "not constructed for greatness, but handy enough." Handy? That word carved into me. I absorbed it every time they overlooked my successes. Every time they jeered at my goals. They thought I was fragile, inexperienced. They thought I needed their direction, but their overlook became my tool. It wasn't a single event, it was a pattern. My sister never asked. She took garments from my closet, money from my wallet, credit for my concepts when relatives were paying attention, and my mother complimented her for it as though cleverness was excellence. But the treachery that cut more profoundly came later. I had been creating in hush financial placements, relationships, blocks stacked on blocks of plan, and when the first outlines of my resort project appeared in rumors, they mocked my sister Rebecca, disseminated tales at family get-togethers, labeling me delusional. My mother joined her refrain. They jeered a 5-star resort you can't even pass through the front doors of one. They didn't know the agreements I'd already signed. They didn't perceive the quiet empire growing under their noses. I learned years previously reacting is weakness, planning is strength. So I allowed them to laugh. I allowed my sister to pose in hired dresses. I allowed my mother to look down on me at her dining table as though I were a visitor in my own family. Meanwhile, I weaved together investors, secured land titles, turned silence into power. They played trivial tricks. I played war. Every derision they threw was fuel. Every dismissal was a piece in the foundation of my resolve. By the time the hotel was finished, magnificent, unassailable, dripping in opulence, they still thought I lived on scraps. I never corrected them because revenge tastes better when it's an surprise. I planned the grand opening of the hotel with care. Invitations were dispensed, selective, strategic. My family wasn't on the guest list. I wanted them to encounter my reality unprepared, and they did. My sister, drawn like a bug to a light, came dressed in silk she couldn't afford. My mother clung to her arm. Pretending elegance, they swam to the entrance, as if they were entitled, until they saw me standing quietly at the very edge. They believed I was attempting to sneak inside, a beggar at the gates. Their jeering spilled out loud enough to attract gazes, and I let them eject their poison in front of outsiders. I let the toxin soak deeper into their systems, because what comes next is most significant. Security, my sister sneered, her hands still pressing against my chest. "Don't allow her in. She's not a visitor here." The chief stopped next to us, his broad shadow covering the both of them. He didn't look at her. He looked at me. "Ma'am," he said, his voice gentle, respectful, "your vehicle has been Parked in the owner's spot, do you want me to transfer it closer? Silence, the kind of silence that crushes my sister's hand. Dropped. My mother's whisper died on her lips, their faces drained like ink, diffused into water. I turned my gaze on them. Slowly you blocked me from entering my own building, I said, each word cutting cleanly. You laughed at me in front of strangers. You whispered that I didn't belong, my sister. Faltered. You own this. I leaned nearer, my voice soft, perilous. No, I own everything, from the wine in the cellar to the treats you'll never be able to purchase. Even the ground beneath your feet. Answers to me, their silence pleaded for compassion. I had none. Loved the twist? Hit that subscribe button and join the Home Exposed family, where every story has a secret.